Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Priyanka Bhatia from Women on Wealth and I was to come live with Sri, but she's finding it difficult to join in. There is some login issue that she's facing with her Facebook. So she invited me to jump live in with you guys. So I thought I will jump in and take care of you and all your questions. So before I jump into answering all the questions that you've been sending to her for me, let me share who I am. So I'm Priyanka Bhatia, like I said, and we run Women on Wealth. We help women learn how they can manage their money and grow it effectively. We've now been operational for the last 10 years and we have helped over 4,000 women till now. These women have become debt free, they've come out of living paycheck to paycheck. They today save at least 25% more than they ever saved. Many women have learned how to pick good quality investments. They've learned how to generate 40 to 100% rates of return on their investments in the last 6 years. Many of them have bought their own properties, started their own businesses. Some of them are even recognized as the finance ministers of their house, and they are getting involved in major financial decision making in their families. So we are not financial planners. We are not financial advisors. We are financial educators for women. We help women learn how they can manage their money and grow it effectively, independently, because finance has been a male domain in our families. And our intention at Women on Wealth is to make it gender free. Because we at Women on Wealth believe that finance is a system and everyone can learn it. Every woman, every man with a basic IQ can learn it. A little bit about me now. I am not from a finance background. If you ever thought that you need to be from a finance background or you need to be great with math, numbers, calculations to manage your money, or you need to be a man to manage your finances, then note that I'm not a man and I don't come from any of the finance or any such backgrounds. I am from a journalism background. That's what my higher education has been in. And I used to be a reporter with news agencies like the Press Trust of India, United News of India and more, where I had a great salary which I used to spend on branded shoes, clothes, bags. I always wanted to create wealth and I just didn't know how to do that. And I got a big shock when one of my male colleagues ended up buying a property. He was at the same position as mine, same salary as mine. And he ended up buying a property while I had not even managed to save that much money. So that's where my quest to wealth began, and I thought the first person to take guidance from is my dad. And like any well-meaning man, my dad mentioned about traditional investments like Public Provident Fund, PPF, and fixed deposits. I did those investments and very soon I realized that the rates of return were really low. And at that time, I had big goals. I wanted to buy my own property in Delhi NCR, earn from my investments, ultimately build a corpus for my business. And I knew none of those goals were possible if I continued to manage my money the way I was managing and invest it the way I was investing. I knew I had to take some different actions to get a different result. And one of the different actions that showed up for me was to check with this male colleague of mine who had ended up buying a property. And when I checked with this male colleague, he mentioned that he invests in the stock market. So straight I went ahead, opened a demat account, got myself a broker, and I started buying and selling whatever my broker told me to do. Only to realize in 2008 that I lost 90% of what I had invested. And at that time, I was so sad and disgusted with what had happened that I thought wealth creation was not for me and that I should give up. And I literally gave up on wealth creation. I gave up on wealth creation until I found my mentors. So I found 4 mentors: one woman stock investor, a property investor, a serial entrepreneur, and a business coach. And when these guys began to guide me and they gave me little exercises to do, financial clarity began to emerge in my life. Like I exactly knew how much money was coming into my life, how much money was going out, where that money was going, how much money I needed to reach my financial goals, where I needed to invest, and how much I needed to invest to reach my goals. My stock investor mentor, she taught me a step-by-step methodology to pick good quality stocks. Until then, I didn't even know there was a proper step-by-step methodology to pick good quality investments. So I learned the step-by-step methodology to pick good quality stocks, went back to the stock market with a lot of courage. And it was different this time because I started by making 70,000 rupees in 120 minutes. And I kept making money like that. To a point that I could buy my own property in Delhi NCR. I also learned the step-by-step methodologies to pick good quality stocks, mutual funds, bonds, etc. And I built an entire investment portfolio, a good diversified one, with my own understanding and knowledge. And a point came where I started earning from all my investments, and my earnings from my investments were more than what my expenses were. And at that point, I knew that I was free to take up meaningful projects in my life. So I quit my job, and 2011 we started Women on Wealth. Since then, there's been no looking back. We've been covered by the BBC News, NDTV 24/7 news channel, Zee Business News channel, Hindustan Times newspaper, Femina magazine, Entrepreneur magazine, and a series of women's blogs and posts. Also, Cherie Blair, who is wife of Mr. Tony Blair, the ex-UK Prime Minister, she wrote about us in the Huffington Post herself and offered us the India partnership to her Cherie Blair Foundation. And since then, we've been nominating women from India to the foundation in London. So this is pretty much about me and us at Women on Wealth. And now let's talk about you. So everybody who's joining in, who is listening in, please start typing. What are your financial goals? What is it that your heart truly desires? What brings you to this session? Start typing. Some of the ideas that I can give you are, it could be that you want to buy your own property, you want to become financially free, you want to free yourself from any kind of dependency for your financial decisions, or you want to free yourself from your 9-to-5 job, you want to build your child's higher education fund, your retirement fund, your parents' retirement fund, you want to build a fund for your travel across the world. So start typing. What are your financial goals? Okay, I can see Bitra is saying, I want to be financially free. Seema is saying, one vacation each year. Got that. Okay, Sangeeta. Yes, Suchita, please go ahead. You can share this video. Indu, Sri, welcome. Okay, you still can't join in? Got it. Okay, Sanchari, you want to be free from dependence on your job. Triparna, you want to be free from your 9-to-5 job. Anita wants absolute happiness. Suchita wants to travel across the world. Anita wants to be fulfilled. Okay, Indu is saying she's impressed and she's been investing in SIPs, mutual funds for 15 years. She wants to buy her second property. Hi, Seema, Suchita. Vaishali wants a regular income post-retirement. Triparna wants to travel to Paris, which is her dream. Bunny wants vacation and a home. Got that, guys. Now start typing what's coming in the way of you reaching these goals. So what are your financial challenges or struggles that are keeping you stuck where you are right now? Like some of the ideas that I can give you again are you're living paycheck to paycheck, or you find it difficult to save, or you save and you blow it all up all of a sudden. It could be that you are investing, but you're only investing in traditional instruments. So you don't know how to pick good quality modern investments that truly create wealth, or you are scared of investing your money, You fear losing money. So please start typing. What are your financial struggles, or what are those financial challenges which are keeping you stuck where you are? Bunny is saying she can save money but doesn't know how to make it grow. Her investments are only traditional. Suchita's struggle is, okay, financial illiteracy. She's saying basically she doesn't know how to pick good quality investments. Got that. Sanchari is also facing similar issue. Triparna is saying uncertainty of the regular payments. If you quit your job, so it will be risky. I have to save for my old age. Okay, so you're scared? Yeah, Triparna? Okay, I don't know how to invest in stocks, shares. Yeah, got it. Got it. So all these challenges exist. Now guys, in the last 10 years of our existence at Women on Wealth, we have helped 4,000 women and they came with similar challenges. So though we have the solutions to all the financial challenges that you're talking about right now here, however, 45 minutes which we are left with is not enough time to address all these challenges. So what I promise to do today is help you make 1% improvement in your money life. We at Women on Wealth believe that by making 1% improvement in your money life every day, you become 37 times better with your finances. So today our goal together, you and I together, our goal together is, can we make just that 1% improvement happen? Type in ready if you're ready to make just 1% improvement with me today with your full participation. Let's see how many of you are ready. Okay. I can see what you guys are saying. Okay, Bunny is ready. Anita is ready. Mona, you're ready. Suchita, ready. Got it. Vaishali is ready. Brilliant. What about others? Radhika, Beatrice. Okay, brilliant. Everybody is ready. So let's rock it. Yes, Malika. Okay, so the first concept that I'm bringing. Yes, Seema, Triparna. Brilliant. Okay, Sohini, Seema. Okay. Millie, you want me to add you to join the chat? Oh, okay. You mean the broadcast? You mean you want to come to the video chat? Got it, Sangeeta? Yeah. Millie, you just put it there. I will just shortly bring you in and, move the conversation forward as well, please. So, inside of making 1% improvement in our money life today, I will talk about the first concept, which is inflation. Okay, so inflation is how, I'll define inflation first because I'm not sure how many of you understand inflation. So inflation is when you spend more money to buy the same quantity of products and services. So when you spend more money to buy the same quantity of products and services, that's called inflation. So how many of you notice that you're spending more money to buy the same quantity of products and services? Okay, got it. Millie, I'm just going to take you in a bit. Sure, Shri. Yes. I'm going to, Millie, take you in a bit. Okay. Let me just get people going and then, yes, for the Q&A bit. Okay, Mona, you can see. Triparna, you've noticed that you are spending more money to buy the same quantity of products and services. Suchita, awesome. What about others? Thank you, Millie. Okay, Bunny. Now start typing which are the items you can notice that you're spending more money on. Vaishali. So which are those items you can see that, okay, I'm spending more money on buying these items. Any ideas? I can give you ideas. Healthcare has become expensive. Medicine, yes, Triparna, food, grocery, almost everything, petrol, cooking oil. So if you notice, as consumers, we do notice inflation in our lives. We do say, for women who understand Hindi, ki mehengai ho rahi hai, right? But the same concept of inflation goes out of sight for us when we are investing our money. Let me give you an example for this. So imagine that you're investing, imagine that you come across a scheme or a policy, okay? And in this scheme